Diamonds in my teeth, I got a lot of shine. Running up the number, that's a lot of crime. Try to take it from me, must be out your mind. I'm big time, out of slime. Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Pockets running over with the dollar sign. Try to take it from me. Yeah. Oh, big time, big time, big time.
Welcome to episode 226 of Fourth and Jawn. I am Gail Saunders here with Evan Hollywood Herm and Prime in the building. This is the week one preview. Falcons versus the Eagles, or shall I say Eagles versus the Falcons.
You should say
you know, it's week one. I know all the fans are excited. We're excited. It's been a week since we talked. I think we got a lot to get off our chest. But overall, I mean, it's a new season, a new vibe, a new head coach. We got new energy. We got new energy in the building. We are going down. I said we because as in we are going down to the Falcons, Eagles, going to watch the game in Atlanta. So we are bringing the energy as well. I think fans need to bring that energy with them. But just going down to Atlanta, catching the vibes and being there to see this game like in person. Like sometimes you make things personal for no reason. I make things personal because I want to see the new beginning of this football team. And for me as a fan, not to every single fan, I feel it's important to be there and just witness the greatness. And people have been asking me like, yo, you guys are going all the way to Atlanta to watch them play. Do you feel confident? Of course, I feel confident about my birds.
Not even flying. Throw that one in there.
We've been through this process before when we caught an L when we all traveled together to watch Atlanta. Last time we were in Atlanta, we caught an L. Like if I didn't feel confident, I feel confident in this football team. Jalen Hurts has got the keys to the car. I am proud dad mode. He's got the ability. He showcased the mentals this offseason. Now we're gonna let him drive the car, and I can't be any more excited about what I'm about to see this week. Been very low key because that's how excited I can't even. It's about to be madness out here. But how are you guys feeling?
Bro, it is almost football season, dude. Like I have been pumped up. Like every single day that gets closer, I've been getting more and more jazzed up. We got a little appetizer this Thursday, for the Thursday night football game to open it up with the Bucks and Cowboys, dude. I'm gonna be obviously everybody's gonna be watching that, but it's all about the birds, man. It's all about the birds versus Falcons. You guys get the privilege of going down to one of my favorite cities to visit in the whole wide world. I love Atlanta, even though, you said that we caught an L last time. I can tell you one person who wasn't catching shit. That was Nelson Aguilar. Could have won us the game. Watch that just slip right out of our hands. But yeah, I'm going to be living vicariously through you guys down in Atlanta. I want to hear everything about it. I gave a couple of you some missions to go out there and do in Atlanta. But yeah, I've got the very important conference this weekend. Can't be bothered. Apparently, my work won't shake me free. So,
man, I'm really sad that you can't be with us, man. You know what I mean? One of my first things that I told Gail was like, I don't feel right starting off the season without my, without my boy. But hey, listen, you gave us our blessings to head down there. Me and Gail will be down in ATL this weekend to go ahead and redeem ourselves because we were there a couple years ago. And, it definitely felt like shit leaving out of that place with an L. We had one of the greatest times, regardless. Shout out to ATL for the hospitality. We had a great time. I fell in love with the scooters. It encouraged me to come back home and get a couple of those babies. I own two of them, stand up and a sit down one. I love those things. I definitely recommend when you guys go to ATL, hop your asses on a scooter as soon as possible. Don't let it go.
Highway, though.
Don't hit the highway. You can take it everywhere and anywhere with you. That's the best thing about it. Leave it in the bushes, come back out, and it should still be there. But just in case if it isn't, just take a walk down the street, and I'm pretty sure you'll find another one. Other than that, man, Yo, it's time, bro. We've been waiting. We've been talking. We've been getting souped up. I'm ready. Gail, you just asked me before the show started how I feel. Bro, I'm super confident. We're going to go to ATL this weekend and we're going to redeem ourselves. We're going to get that W. Jalen Hurts is going to let loose. He's going to go ahead and show and shock the world that he is our QB1. All right. I'm really souped. I'm really excited to see this wide receiver core go to work. I'm definitely excited to see this defense go to work. I'm just excited all around, man. Like, I want to see this new organization, the new faces and everything, bring it and put it together and shock the league. You know what I mean? Everybody's been doubting us. We have a bunch of doubters that just keep on talking and keep on talking and keep on talking. But you know what? The crazy part about it is this week, I've been seeing a lot of different attitudes. You know what I mean? And one of the ones that definitely shocked me was Tony Romo coming out of nowhere and saying, hey, listen, I really feel the Eagles are going to go ahead and shock the world. And I mean,
why has it got to be a world shock, though?
Hey, look, I mean, you got to understand, new faces, new coach, new scheme, putting it all together. Let's see what it's all about. I mean, that's the reason why, a lot of people are doubting us. But hey, look, us true fans, us three right here, we know what we're capable of doing. And they're going to start it off this Sunday and show everybody that we ain't the team to fuck with. I'm telling you that right now, man.
Well,
I'm saying that right now.
Are you channeling Wu-Tang?
Listen, man, I've been in my Wu-Tang mode the whole goddamn week.
Protect
I'm
your
ready
neck.
to go get a Wu-Tang tattoo and everything. Like, that's how deep I'm in this shit, man. I'm ready. Yo, I can't wait till this weekend, bro. Like, if Friday can't get here fast enough, you know what I mean? Me and you gonna catch up, and this road trip is gonna be awesome. Like, yo, I'm soup, bro. I'm soup.
Man, this is what I need. I was, this is the kind. It's like going to church for us. Like Eagles football is like going to church for us, and it's about catching this vibe. And I feel like, I think Jalen Hurts, like right now, he's about to catch this vibe. Like, I feel like he's been so cerebral. He's not affected by the noise. I feel like this is a moment for him to like come into a God moment where he's like football God moment where this is we talked about last year. Some of those games were the biggest games of his career. Like, this is it. This week one, I'm QB1. This is his job to win. He's got the open runway for this job this season. He's done everything right for him to showcase the mentality that we're looking for, to get the coach's trust, to get these guys to connect. I think I'm excited about it. I mean, how excited are you for Jalen Hurts?
Jalen Hurts, in my opinion, this offseason has been making all the right statements. He's been moving in the physically and training wise. He's been making all the right moves. He just keeps his head down, goes to work. Like he said, rent is due every day. But there's one thing in particular that has me especially jazzed up about Jalen Hurts, and that is every single time I see this guy, whether it be down at the open practices, whether it be anywhere else where we've had access to Jalen Hurts and these Eagle team practicing, who is he always right next to? This guy right here. They're always right by each other's side. I can feel that their chemistry is going to be next level. Maybe sooner than we anticipate. It'd be really amazing if they came out and they were just a dynamic duo in the NFL like they were in college, just right out the gate. But, if it takes a few weeks to get there, I just feel like Devontae Smith is going to really help Jalen Hurts excel. It's going to be they're going to be scratching each other's backs as far as how well they do this year.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta be one to go ahead and tell you, me and Devontae weren't looking eye to eye this past weekend. I mean, his Alabama boys put a spanking on my Miami Hurricanes. All right, put that to the side. Swoop went into the locker room, as you guys can see, cleaned that mess up. I mean, made him understand, it's about the Eagles, not about the Alabama anymore. But look, man, I'm with you, bro. The connection. I'm ready to see this connection go to work. I'm hyped up to see Devontae. Devontae is getting loose. He's getting more comfortable. I'm ready to see him, put on the cleats and show these boys. I mean, he's the reason why we went ahead and picked him, in that first round when we did. So I'm soup, man. I'm really excited to see this kid go to work.
Amped up, lock the champ up. I'm trying to recite a Nas lyric here, but I'm amped up to Devontae Smith, man. Like to see him on our football team after going through, all the draft footage, hoping that he would be our guy. He is now our guy, and just to see a route god, a young route guy, because they have Calvin Ridley, who's also a route guy, but Devontae Smith in his own right is a guy who he's going to cause a whole bunch of problems. People don't really you sleep on him. I mean, Slim Reaper, you sleep on him. I'll let you sleep on him. Like you're gonna see it.
I think we got a legit and this is obviously way too early to make this prediction, but I mean, if you're just looking at potential, at what we've seen already, why should we assume that he wouldn't be a potential rookie of the year? Like that type of good year, man. I think he could have a stellar first year and just really come onto the scene and make his presence known right away. I mean, he's shown me no reason as to why he can't.
And people say another player from the Falcons could be a rookie of the year. I mean, Kyle Pitts, Philadelphia native, is also going to be there week 1. And we'll see if he does damage. He was drafted high enough, and everybody talked about Kyle Pitts enough that you thought he was on the squad. But overall, I feel like I really feel like Devontae has an opportunity to be great this year, and I'm excited, looking forward to it. We do have some guests that will be coming on shortly. If you guys didn't see the Gardner Minshew tattoo out there, two buddies, two homies, making bets and people living up to it. And in Philadelphia, Eagle fans love a backup QB, and we're not here to start controversy or anything, but we thought it was just a funny thing that popped up on the timeline. We're gonna bring them up in a few to talk about the Eagles. They're in the green room. They'll be up shortly. But overall, Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan is a guy who, he's been in the league for what, like 20 years now.
Yeah,
something like
till the end of time.
Something like that. Are we afraid of this man this week? We're respecting his resume, correct?
Of course,
definitely.
You respect that what he's done in the past, but let's look at who he did it with in the past. One guy, Julio Jones, man, like that guy. Let's not be fools here. They helped each other throughout their entire career. I think that Julio, he would have been a star no matter what, but I don't think that Matt Ryan necessarily would have put up the stats and numbers that he put out throughout his career without having Julio to throw to. I think Matt Ryan is a good quarterback. I think he's very similar to Matt Stafford, just the volume in which they throw, just their stats very similar. Their playing styles very similar. But like you said, he's getting older, man. He's going to be in his late 30s, I think 38, 39 years old this year. I think that his time is definitely behind him. I think he might have some gas left in the tank, but when you have a second wide receiver, like his top wide receivers right now are Calvin Ridley, who's a good wide receiver, Russell Gage, who is a serviceable, wide receiver too, but realistic, I think Russell Gage is more of a wide receiver 3. And then, Gail said a local in Olamide Zacchaeus. Is that how you pronounce that? Zacchaeus? What the point I'm trying to get at is that between Calvin Ridley and Kyle Pitts, that's the majority of what the damage is going to be done for the Atlanta Falcons. If you can shut those guys down, you have a realistic shot of shutting down that whole offense.
Yeah,
I mean, you really want to get that. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying, Evan mentioned, he had Julio Jones. He had Roddy White, that he had some key wide receivers that made him that quarterback, that definitely put them on that high pedestal when these guys were all together. But his time is up, man. And, it's going to be interesting to see how much he can contain himself with that defensive line coming at him this weekend. These guys, they hungry, man. Just this past weekend around the area, Brandon Graham was around here. He was doing some autographing and caught a glimpse of his interview. And this guy, man, he got me soup just telling, he's ready. He's ready to go out there. He's ready to put in that work. And the rest of the defensive line is just as hungry as he is. So that's the part that Matty Ice got to worry about. I definitely respect him. The guy's got some great stats, and he's put some good stats against us. But going back to what Evan said, I mean, that's all behind him now. This weekend is definitely going to be a different outcome. I see this defensive line going to go ahead and actually get the best of him. So it all depends on how much he could go ahead and put up with that hurt and he's about to get. So I'm looking forward to that defensive line going to work on him and shutting him down.
Absolutely.
Yeah, something else we have to talk about. I mean, there's always breaking news around here. We never know when it comes. It just comes, and then at the last minute, you have to talk about it, right? I mean, you guys ready for some breaking news?
Yeah, this is nuts.
Attention listeners across the galaxy, all the way from Australia to Houston, do we have a pew problem? If so, our friends at Manscaped have cleared you for takeoff with their 4th generation and brand new Lawnmower 4.0. Kick your pubes to the next planet with the Performance Package 4.0. The orbits in your pants will feel like you're in zero gravity when you use the best tools for the job from the leaders in male grooming. Join the 2 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped and get your rocket ready for takeoff by going to manscaped.com for 20% off plus free shipping with the code FANSIDED20.
Now, you see, I wasn't able to make it to the last show. The problem was I lost my Manscaped. I got lost in the bush, and I was finally able to find it and cut my way out. But inside this package, you'll find the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, the Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, the Crop Ball Preserver deodorant, some Crop Reviver toner, performance boxer briefs, and a travel bag to hold in your whole solar system. The first scheduled liftoff for the new Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer is here. This spaceship is here to guide you on a journey to trim your body, balls, butt, and even Uranus.
Come on.
Listen, don't forget to use the Crop Preserver, Ball Deodorant, and their Crop Reviver to help your little planets be on their A game while feeling the sun's heat. Manscaped even threw in 2 free gifts to their Performance Package 4.0, the Manscaped Boxers and the Shed Travel Bag. Abort hairy balls and Buzz Lightyear that Woody with Manscaped. Get 20% off free shipping with the code FANSIDED20 at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code FANSIDED20 at manscaped.com. For a clean trinity and beyond, your space balls will thank you.
Nice read, guys. I thank you for that. I also want to thank Tommy and Christian for jumping on the show with us. We saw that on the timeline. We thought it was a great opportunity. Like, you make bets. Some people don't live up to their bets. Like, let's be honest here. Some people just say shit, and some people just do shit. And these guys here, they do shit and they say shit. So what's going on, Tommy? What's going on, Christian?
How y'all doing? How's it going, man?
What up,
Thanks for having us.
Tell us.
I just got done with the Manscaped.
Yeah, man. Perfect timing. Just hanging around 2 balls. Tell us about this bet. How did it go down?
You can start it. So, ever since Minshew came into the NFL, Christian's been a huge fan. He's got his Jacksonville jersey. He loves not the player Minshew, but the person, the jean shorts, the mullet, the mustache, just the whole persona of Gardner. And ever since he came into the NFL, Yost has been a fan. And I saw that, I think it was Dan Orlovsky tweeted the Eagles were looking to add a backup quarterback. And I thought, no shot, right, that they bring in Gardner. But it's about a week later. And sure enough, I got that Ari Myrov tweet on my tweet notifications. I said the Eagles are bringing in Gardner Minshew, and I had to wake Yost up. It was insane. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it.
Look at this tweet here. It says August 20th on Friday, the Eagles should trade for Minshew, blah blah blah, and then he said, thought of you immediately, and I love Minshew. If he ever plays for the Eagles, I'll get a Minshew tattoo. Put it on. He said, put it on the record. Screenshotted, and here we are. Obviously, number 10 headband and all. Look at this. What did your family say about this tattoo?
My mom says as long as I'm not getting arrested doing like stuff I shouldn't be doing, I really care about my body. My grandma in the other situation, she can't know about that. The old school Irish will.
I like the style of the tattoo, however, though, like the no face and the outline. What's going on there?
Jacksonville's fan shop for that.
Well, so I was about to say, so where like who came up with the design? Was it the tattoo artist? Was it you?
Whoever does the merch for Jacksonville, I just saw it. I saw it on there. I was like, if I ever have to, like, because I knew, like, I was like, this is gonna come back, and like I'm gonna have to like actually do this at this point. So I looked, I was like, I hit my guy up to Chico. He's one of the good tattoo guys around here, and I was like, yeah, let's do something like this. Like, I don't want like the Jag on there, obviously. Right. I was like, it's gonna have to be a lot bigger if you want the Eagle sign on there. I was like, all right, well, number 10, he's coming out with that. My birthday's on the 10th of the month. We'll send that. And 5 days later, I was like, yeah, we're doing it. Let's go. Showed up after work, got it done.
The mustache is killer too.
Oh, I love it.
It really does. It'll get there. So like, where? So you said that like you never really followed Minshew during college, right? And this was all just after you saw him first on his team.
Once he transferred from ECU, more. Okay. Mostly once he got to the NFL, though.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I like players. Like I like not the team specifically, but always been like riding with like Philly sports. So.
Nice.
Hey man, he's a teammate of Andre Dillard, so we'll take that.
There we go. What's I've been saying for the past year and a half, like if people have been laughing and all that, like I was like, yeah, he'd be a good backup quarterback in locker room for a team to have. They're like, oh, what are you talking about? I was like, you look at his stats from last season. Most of those big games he lost were only by a touchdown or two with some like a bad few plays.
Listen, just like you and a couple other people, you guys spoke it into existence, man. And you know, I mean, it definitely paid out that he's on the squad. But I listen. I'm a tattoo fan. You know what I mean? As you can see, I love it. I love the way that thing came out. When you put that tattoo, did you already know that he was going to be number 10?
Yeah. Thankfully, I looked it up that morning.
Okay.
I don't even know. I just pretty much told my boy Chico. I was like, yeah, do your thing. We'll see what happens. Whatever happens, we'll fix it later. That was one of the funny things. I'm not big. I wasn't really thinking anything about it. Trying to get to blow up or anything. I might like to go fishing with Minshew or something sometimes. But it's just funny looking at some of the comments, or what if he gets traded? You're dumb for that, or what if he changes his number the next day? I was like, one, it's on my thigh. Two, I'm not gonna put bad mojo on the birds that. I'm not gonna be that factor. Last season, I didn't watch 3 games because they were on a winning streak and I missed the game they won.
We appreciate that.
I can't be that guy.
The thing I kept seeing in the comments was like, man, that dude's he's a goal for that, man. He stuck by his guns and he didn't back out. So I mean, we appreciate that. Obviously, Eagle fans, the level of fandom is real. So I appreciate you. You are an Eagle fan, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, just making sure.
I'm actually a Cowboys fan.
Are you more hesitant now that a bet like this has come to fruition? Are you more hesitant to make another bet like that in the future?
Nah.
No?
I have a Bush Light tattoo on my thigh too. From that.
You got a what? Buzz Lightyear?
A Bush Light tattoo. I don't think before I speak sometimes. It backfires sometimes, but no harm comes of it.
So looking forward to this week. It's a big week for Eagle fans. It's the first game of the season. I mean, how excited are you two about watching our real QB1 this season? I mean, are you excited for the season, or are you kind of a wait and see approach? Because I know a lot of Eagle fans out there, they have this idea it's not cool to root for your team and be you're I'm waiting and see. I feel like, I'm not gonna play fan police. Everybody has their own vibes, but how are you two feeling about week 1?
Oh man, I'm stoked. I couldn't be more excited. I've had a days until Eagles football countdown on my whiteboard in my room for the last 100 days, and I couldn't be more excited. I think we're gonna surprise a lot of people this year. I'm not saying we're gonna go 13-4 now, I guess. I don't think we're gonna do any of that, but I really like this roster, and if all goes well, Minshew won't have to play. I hope Hurts is a guy. That's the biggest thing of this year. I know that upsets you a little bit.
They're winning. They're winning. I don't care.
Yeah, but no, this year's all about finding out if Hurts is the guy, and I couldn't be more excited for the season to start in Atlanta.
Now, Adam from Facebook, he says, I'm confident because our guys in the trenches, please let the O-line and D-line stay healthy. And I feel like this is the big part of this Eagles football team. We are now moving right into week 1 with no real significant injuries. It's always trench warfare, and I feel like
what are you doing there? Come on, don't
I had the same thought.
Hey, I'm speaking into they're going to be healthy. I'm speaking into existence here. But just going into this first game, I remember watching all these guys go down pre-game, and you're like, bro, who's in right now? Like J. Jaw's in right? Like you're like, what? But it's all about trench warfare, and I feel like offensive line, defensive line, I feel like we're pretty stacked right now, and I feel like that's where our biggest positive is moving into this game. What do you guys say? What do you guys feel about the defensive line?
100%. I feel like even just the past few years, I mean, I feel like that's every sports team in Philly as well. It's just always, we have like those players that can get it done, and it's always like, all right, this is our year with these players, and then just out of nowhere some injury comes in, and then it like trickles down the rain. Especially like you see it with the Sixers, or you see it with especially the Eagles, especially it's always on the offensive line or defensive line aspect. Healthy, I think 100% top 3, top 4, offensive line, defensive line in the league.
Yeah.
I'll say number 1, but I got to please some people, I guess. Don't get attacked on that. But I mean, I really do think we do have like the strongest core in coaching and at like offensive and defensive line on that team.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it was a couple years ago when we were in Atlanta. You guys remember Gail, Evan? I mean, we were excited with the guys, with the roster. I mean, we had Wentz, we had Deshaun Jackson. We were talking big stuff right before the game, and then we just all got caught off surprise, you know what I mean, knowing that D-Jack wasn't going into that game because he pulled a hammy right, during pregame.
Didn't Hurts go down, or Ertz go down as well in that game?
Yeah, Ertz got hurt as well. Yep. Yeah. It was a struggling. Like we were just like we got all souped up. We're in there, you know what I mean, and it just caught us off by surprise, you know what I mean, when those two guys were on the sideline. So, I mean, I'm with you. I'm really hoping that the defensive line and offensive lines, go in there, and I'm not even going to say the word. You know what I mean, just are there to play the game and do their thing, because that's going to be a key factor to us getting that W on Sunday.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I got to tell you, and I hate that it even came up. We're talking about the whole injuries thing and everything here. Like, if we got to, if I'm just saying, like, if we got to, if we could talk another whole season about like what could have been if it wasn't for the injuries, I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind, man. That's what I feel like I've done that the past 5 years, with the exception of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's the life of a Philly fan. I'm telling you,
it really is.
It really is. Like, all right, like this sport, it doesn't matter what sport you're talking about. All right, we're going into basketball season. All right, we're good with that. Next thing you know, another one like first round pick down for the next 2 years. It's just
Oh, that cycle with the Sixers team with our first round picks.
Yeah,
like 5 years.
We just talk it into existence too much. Sorry, literally.
We weren't knocking on. That was the problem.
Now, Leighton from Facebook, he says, "Do you guys think the vets got in enough work in the preseason, or we just turn it on when the season starts?" I got an opportunity to go to these joint practices, and I told the guys, I'm like, yo, I don't care about the preseason. I'm going to these joint practices. I'm getting in somehow, but I'm getting in.
You went to both, bro. You said I don't care about the preseason. You went to all the preseason games and all
I love preseason, but I was like, I started to see that like, the players are not going to the new ones aren't going to play in preseason. So
right,
I'm going to one of these joint practices. So getting the opportunity to see them, you saw those one-on-ones, and Devontae was killing them. Like he couldn't be covered. Defensive line was eating up the Patriots. We didn't get to see them. I saw the other comment up there about are we worried about the run game because of how it was in preseason? Hey man, defensive line's gonna eat, man. I think the way that
what people
Go
need to
ahead.
understand, different from what happened last year, we didn't have anything. No preseason, no, no workouts, no nothing. So just having that this year is a big plus. So, I mean, I'm going to be confident to go ahead and answer that question and say, no, I'm not worried. I'm not worried that they didn't get as much time in the preseason. I'm glad to hear that when they did the joint practices, they were killing the secondaries or they were killing their defensive players. You know what I mean? That was confident enough for me, knowing that those guys were in the practice doing their thing. And it was a whole lot more than what we had going on last year. So I think it's a plus from where we were at, and I'm okay with it.
I got to be that guy though. Listen, like we didn't have any of that last year, but neither did any other team. And now every other team also has a preseason and a training camp. You know what I mean? So like we did get that this year, but so did they. Sorry to throw a wet blanket on you.
Way to be that guy. Way to be that guy.
Yeah, I'm just
Sound like you got a little bitch in your voice.
be realistic. That's all I'm doing.
Sound like you got a little bitch in your voice. One person who's not scared, ain't never scared. That's the song they play in Atlanta Stadium. We ain't never scared. Fletcher Cox ain't never scared. This is how he's gonna be looking at Matt Ryan when he looks eye to eye. You don't want to look this dude eye to eye, and this guy's mad. Come on, man. These guards.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on. I feel I didn't need to see any of these guys in preseason. I feel like this team has been so slept on, disrespected. Guys, do you guys feel like they've been disrespected this whole offseason? I've been okay with it because I like talk shit on our birds because that's when they play better.
They are every year. They're underdogs. Underdogs eat, right?
I'll take it. Talk as much shit as you want about them. Don't big them up because then that's when they don't perform up to their
100%.
expectations. So
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
All right, negativity then, like, really, you need to be like, yeah, they're gonna win it all this year because that's come on, you're really doing that to me again. I don't need this another year.
Yeah, I really don't understand how like there is all this talk about like it seems like the wide population really feels like Atlanta is going to handle us in this game. I mean, you look at the line, you look at all the media outlets, and they're all kind of leaning towards Atlanta. And I got to tell you, I really just don't even see where that's coming from. I see it more as like I personally, with my bias and what I've seen in the Eagles, and like I think the Falcons have been on the downtrend the past few years. I see it as it should be more leaning more in the Eagles' direction, and if not, like a toss-up, as like it could go either way. But the fact that like all of the media outlets are leaning towards the Falcons on this has me feeling even more confident because I love when we're playing as the underdogs. That's exactly when we play best.
Yeah, plus they don't have Julio to save them anymore this year.
Bingo. I got him in like the 8th round of my drafts. I felt so weird doing that.
Yeah, that's what I call it fantasy.
What?
I almost drafted Julio earlier. I was like, and then I realized he wasn't on the Falcons anymore. I was like, oh, I can feel good about this, but I didn't pick him up. I went running back.
You went 4 straight running backs?
No, I just did that as a joke.
I went 3 straight running backs.
Another guy that's being slept on, Hargrave. A lot of people don't realize that we have another dude in the middle who had a better end of the season last year. I think he's progressed in this defense and looked really good in the joint practice that I watched. I feel like he's a guy that doesn't get talked about enough. What is the most underrated storyline going into week 1? Anyone?
The most underrated storyline, I would kind of lean. I mean, maybe it's not underrated. We have talked about it a lot in the offseason, but I think that we've had a huge step up in our secondary between this year and last. I mean, you look at how we were just like throwing it together with tire salesmen last year at one point, and now we have like some legit corners out there. But we got Slay, we got Nelson. You know, Zach McPherson has really been showing out in this preseason. So I think that, and like the addition of Ant Harris alongside, like to be on the other side of Rodney McLeod. Like I think that our secondary has taken a huge step this year. And while we have kind of somewhat I don't want to say ignored the linebacker position again, because like we did take a little step up with Eric Wilson, but I just feel like the secondary, the second layer of that defense, everything just improved this offseason. And that's why I'm kind of confused as to why people are sleeping on our day.
I mean, you're gonna show some respect for your new captain, Alex Singleton. Plays linebacker position. I know prime type about the linebackers. Tommy, Christian, are you? What are your feelings about Alex Singleton? Does he give you warrior vibes? Does is a guy that you run out of the tunnel and feel okay with?
Oh yeah, I'm stoked for Alex Singleton.
Better than Gary, I'll tell you that.
Oh hell
yeah. I mean, Alex Singleton, man, he's always around the football. That's what I love about Alex Singleton, and he's a cool story. I mean, playing in the CFL, coming over here, he missed the first 3 games and was only 10 tackles short of the Eagles franchise tackle record, and he looks good. He's always around the football. I love how he plays. He's just built for Philly,
Yep.
I think the way he was running the football, I think with this kind of front in front of him, you could just see him roaming and making. He's fundamentally fundamentally sound out there and wrapping dudes up.
And I was gonna say even on beyond an actual playing, he has involved himself so much so in this locker room. I mean, he obviously just became a captain, but I feel like everywhere I've seen all the core group of guys, whether it be at Lane Johnson's his workout barn or whatever, Alex Singleton has been kind of floating around in all these places, and he's kind of injected himself in the core of this team. And I mean, it's shown that they gave him the captain. Yeah, dude, he is. So he's a good leader on and off the field. That's what I'm saying.
Listen, when you put out that video yesterday for the captains, I was souped when I saw Alex Singleton get that seat, man. I'm really happy for him. It's about time. We're talking about linebackers, bro. I mean, come on. When have we talked about linebackers like this? And Alex Singleton is just the true definition of a linebacker. The way I've seen him in the preseason practice, I mean, he gives 110% no matter what it is. And that's what we needed. And I'm glad we got it. And I'm glad we're getting it from him. So he's definitely one that I'm looking forward to see on Sunday. He plays that game. He plays the game so well. And he's going to be a key factor to that defense, man. So congratulations to him for, being nominated as a captain.
What wasn't Craig James a captain last year?
Yes, he was.
And
yes,
so that's kind of just getting back to my point about how much our defense has improved. That this guy couldn't even make the practice squad, and I get it. It was he had a lot of special teams contributions, but let's be real, it was Craig James, dude. And he was a captain on our team, and we had so many captains because the main captain Carson Wentz wasn't a leader, and that's why we needed to supplement it.
We try to go to this whole episode without mentioning the man's name. And here you go. Carson Wentz in this thing.
That clown over in Indy.
Well, come on.
I'll put this on the record now, all right?
Oh, this guy's brave now. He's putting everything on the record.
You willing to put a tattoo on it?
Hold on.
I'll let you guys choose a tattoo for me.
Say that one more time.
If with a Carson Wentz or Indianapolis is able to get us that pick this season from the wins, I'll get whatever tattoo you guys ask.
Oh, shit.
Fourth and Jawn. You're on the way in.
Oh, shit.
This guy. Maybe out of My Little Pony right on your chest.
Right, that'll look real good to the play. I think that and Minshew will look good together. I'll put it Minshew riding the pony or something.
Oh, maybe a Slim Reaper tattoo would be nice. That would be, I want to give you a cool tattoo.
I'd rather have a Sixers or another Birds one. Maybe get Fletcher on my arm or something.
Yo, that one photo of Fletcher might be actually perfect.
Yeah. Might be perfect. I think right here would be perfect. You got to start a GoFundMe for that one, Dad.
I'm like, who is that? Who is that scary looking black man on your arm, Dad? That's Fletcher Cox, man. Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
That's my pimp, and I'm his bitch.
Going back to underrated storylines. Big Fish Little Boat from YouTube says, "I'm excited for Miles Sanders. I believe we will be run first team." I feel like that is an underrated storyline. The overrated storyline has been Miles Sanders' hands going into the season. I feel like, he's dropped some in joint practice. I seen he called all the balls that I saw him out there. But this whole run first mentality, protecting Jalen Hurts with a solid run game, I think it could be nice. I feel like this offensive line has been super key. Another player who's been super key. Shout out to Jimmy, Kenny Gainwell. Yeah, I mean, I think the Pony Show, 21 personnel is a thing that you could see. That I'll be hyped when Gainwell goes in motion into the slot, or like pre-snap motion, takes a handoff. That kind of trickery will be pretty awesome. So, what do you guys think about the Eagles' run game versus the Falcons? Do you think they'll be successful this week?
Yeah, like from what I've seen, like obviously, like a lot of it's been like closed just from like clips and like what I've read, and just kind of like watch it when I can. I think like this is Miles Sanders, like especially a little shaky to start last year. I think this is his like time up. Like I really do. I mean, obviously, I wish that every year for each and every Eagles player, but like you see so much promise and potential out of him. Like I don't think he's hit his top yet.
I agree with you entirely, because I mean, you look at what Miles Sanders was able to do with, honestly, it was a limited amount of work that he's been given the past couple of years. I mean, I don't know why Doug Peterson, we talked about it after, most of the games where Miles Sanders would be running really well in the first half, and then they just
it was like two rushes the whole second half. I'd be sitting there like, what are you doing?
But this guy, like, realistically was averaging near like 5 yards a carry. So like, I feel like if we just make him into a workhorse, I don't want to beat him into the ground like how the Cowboys did to Marco Murray, or just that type of running back has happened multiple times throughout the league. But you can definitely get 25 carries out of this guy. And like it, just let him keep on getting that high volume, and I think he'll break off a ton of big runs. We've seen him break off huge runs if you give him the volume. So I think that with Nick Sirianni being here, it's going to be a run first offense. It's a completely different offense than Doug Peterson's. And back in Indy, he leaned on the run a lot. He had his own stable out there, so I'm really confident.
Yeah, I think they'll definitely free up the passing too. I mean, that was this year. Last year, the main target was Ertz, and they were double teaming him every time, and like. They were sitting like with chickens with their head cut off in the backfield. Get sacked with like the limited offensive line we had, and then instead of like fixing it, we wouldn't, or trying to run it, just keep going to it, or throwing to the guy we picked up out of the McDonald's parking lot later that day. Like no disrespect to any of them. These guys killed it. Out of nowhere they killed it. They killed it.
And the only thing that is going to help Miles Sanders and Kenny G and all of the other running backs is the fact that we have what's looking like a really, really good wide receiver and tight end core. I mean, with Zach Ertz staying here, I've been so mixed about Zach Ertz this entire offseason. Where I mean, Gail and Prime, you guys know me. I've been on the trade Zach Ertz train for the past couple of years, but that's a different story. Dude, we got Zach. What are you waiting for? What do you want me to say? I'm pumped, bro.
I'm waiting for it to drop. What else are you gonna say?
I'm going to say that I love the weapons that we have. I'm saying that the running backs are going to be opened up with the fact that we have Zach Ertz and Dallas Goedert. We can have two tight ends out there. I mean, Quez Watkins has showed out this preseason. I think like people are waiting for him to burst, and he's only our third wide receiver. I'm looking at Devontae, Jalen Reagor. We have a lot of legit weapons, young legit weapons on this offense, and all of that is going to take the eyes off of Miles Sanders in the backfield.
It's going to definitely open up the offense, man. But see, look, I'm going to be one to tell you that I've been in this position before. Back again, when we were in Atlanta, we had kind of like a bunch of good offensive players on that squad, and we didn't get to see them that day. It's going to be a different outcome on Sunday. I already know that. I'm telling you guys right now, mark my words, it's going to be a different outcome. But I'm just looking forward to actually seeing that offense like open up, man. You got so many weapons on that field, and I want to see how these defensive team, like, and all the defenses that we're going to be going up against this year, maintain all our players. You're not going to be able to maintain all of them, so somebody is going to have that key game. It could be one person, it could be two people, but somebody's going to have that key game, and we have a lot of weapons that it could, change differently every week. So that's the exciting part that I'm looking forward to.
I mean, you said 1, 2, or maybe 3. three.
Hey,
three
listen,
weapons.
man.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm saying this could be a whole.
Listen, we got those three faces, but you know what I mean. We got two other faces. Shit, I got like four other faces we could throw up there, man. And that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like they're going to draw attention, and I love it.
They don't know nothing about Nest Row Records. You might have heard of Murder Row. Death Row Records. You don't know nothing about Nest Row Records. I feel like these three wideouts, young, hungry, attention to detail is something we've seen. We talked about Sirianni and his relationship with what's his name from the Chargers, Keenan Allen having his best season under Sirianni. Talking about the attention to detail that these guys, their route running, I've seen the improvement. I feel like it's been tremendous. I think it's a nice added bonus to have a head coach who's really focusing on the details of these three wideouts. Tommy, Christian, how are you guys feeling about the three young wideouts? I mean, is obviously it's Devonta Smith, but are you excited about Reagor and Quez?
Man, I mean, it felt like every week we saw a Jalen Reagor highlight on House of Highlights or ESPN, Bleacher Report, what have you. Those one-handed. Man, I'm stoked for him. I know he had a tough off season, but it really seems like he's hitting his stride at the right time and kind of putting it all together. I couldn't be more excited for him and Quez. I mean, I haven't heard one bad thing about Quez from any beat writer, anybody. I just heard he is on the biggest up and up I've probably seen in a good long while. And man, they're going to be exciting. I'll leave it at that. They're going to be exciting to watch this year, if anything.
Watkins, you like definitely. My bad. Go ahead, go. My bad.
Go ahead. No,
I'm saying Watkins has definitely been a surprise, man. Like I'll be one, to go ahead and tell you, I didn't have high hopes for the kid. I didn't have high hopes for the kid coming into the season. I didn't. But I mean, look, the dude put in some work in the off season. He got in great shape of his life. All right. And he's out there showing it. You know what I mean? I definitely had to get my foot out of my ass after all these highlights that he's been showing in the preseason and training camp, everything. And the dude's just killing it right now. So it feels good to know that we got an additional weapon to that wide receiver core. So, I mean, hey, listen, big ups to Watkins for, stepping it up this year. And I'm really looking forward to, seeing what damage he's going to go ahead and do. He's one of those key guys that can either draw attention or all the attention can be given to him and he can have an explosive game. And I think it's going to happen real soon.
Quez Watkins is literally like house money, man. It's like playing with house money because he was a guy. I mean, we drafted him on day 3 last year. And I was like, the expectations were limited. I was seeing who between him and John Hightower, who was going to be the guy that maybe peaked out of there and showed some real potential. Maybe neither of them are going to show some potential. But the step that Quez Watkins has taken this offseason, I mean, you can't deny it. He has definitely taken that next step and proven that he can be an NFL wide receiver. Yeah, I love it, man. I absolutely love it. I'm still kind of in shock that Travis Fulgham didn't try and capitalize in the same way, man. I don't know if he was what his habits were this offseason. I don't know if he got too comfortable last year, but after what he did in that little stretch last year, I was really surprised to see the Eagles cut him. But I understand considering how full the wide receiver group is. I get it.
It goes back to mentals, but I see how Evan goes to Vegas, and now all his terms are all related to like Vegas house money, like betting. I think Vegas might have changed you a little bit. But speaking about changes, we've had this defense has gone through changes. We had obviously Schwartz in the, he did get us a Super Bowl while he was here, but JG is in the building. Adam asks, any blitzing by JG on Sunday? You're going to see some surprises, I think. You're gonna see some pre-snap movement. You're gonna see guys moving around. I think right now we're kind of multiple. There's a lot of guys on this front that are interchangeable. You talk about guys that can play multiple positions. I think I met Gannon at the Eagles Autism Challenge. I'm telling you, dude has presence. I don't know what it is, but I felt like he had presence. Like obviously we haven't seen a season from Gannon yet, but I felt like there's good energy there. I feel like dogs are going to eat. We saw him excited about Milton Williams. We thought that was kind of like, was that some draft hype? Is he really excited about Milton Williams? Until we saw Milton
on that video, bro. He
I
hated
was
on
like,
that video.
I was like,
no, this is a nice feel good story. He's like, oh, fucking bullshit, bro.
no, what I was saying is, well, is he clapping his hands because Howie's right there, or is he really in love with this pick? And after seeing him in joint practices and him doing his thing,
made sense.
Milton Williams has no neck, fellas. So,
Gail, I'm telling you right now, bro. I think the first blitz I see on Sunday, I'm gonna lose my shit. So you might not want to be standing next to me, sitting next to me, because I'm gonna be swinging. Like I'm gonna be like, yo, I just saw a blitz, and I'm gonna get real soup, man. So I don't know who's gonna be sitting next to us on Sunday, but I'm excited. I'm excited.
Now, obviously, we're Eagles podcast. We're talking up the Eagles. You know, we're excited about Week 1. Obviously, we have to talk about some of the Falcon players who might cause some hysteria. Making some. You know, Calvin Ridley is a route god. You can ask Devonta Smith about his route running.
Yep.
He's the talented wideout. I think if we're gonna get it down to number one. Who's the biggest threat on Atlanta that scares you guys? Is it Pitts, or is it Pitts, or is it Ridley?
Calvin Ridley.
I would say Ridley.
Yeah.
The pigeons need love too.
I think Calvin Ridley he's torn us up before, man. I just like it seems that the Eagles have a way about them of letting the same players over and over get the best of them game after game, like year after year when we play them. I said earlier how much our secondary has improved, so I hope we're able to contain them. But I think that Calvin Ridley is our biggest threat personally.
So we got 2 for Ridley. Peanut Gallery, what's going on? We Pitts or we Ridley here?
Yeah, I mean Ridley. I've only heard things about his route running in the offseason, and that worries me. I'm not worried about Slay, but man, Ridley's a dog. He's a baller. But I mean, Pitts too. Pitts is a question mark. He's never played obviously an NFL game before, but he could just as easily be a wide receiver as a tight end. And I think he's going to throw Gannon's system for a little loop in the beginning. I don't know if they're going to play. I mean, we play Kelsey week 4 or something like that, but. Oh, and Kittle. Actually, never mind. That points out the window. But
you got a lot of good tight ends in the early part of the season.
A lot of good tight ends early. I think Pitts is going to get Gannon ready for that barrage of tight end talent coming up.
Yeah. I mean, they got Hayden Hurst and they have Kyle Pitts. They have Lee Smith, one of their blocking tight ends. But I feel like they're going to try and run the ball. If they become one-dimensional. That's where we want them. We want Matt Ryan in the pocket. We want him to. We want the interior pressure from Cox.
Dude, he just looks old.
Yeah,
dude looks 60 years old in that photo.
Wow, man, that's a lot of hate, man. I think he's also a Pennsylvania native. Come on, man.
Okay, still ages like shit.
Evan be hating, boy. He be hating. I like it. I appreciate
it. This is the energy going into an Eagles war, bro. This is a battle we're about to go into. You want me to feel all lovey-dovey about the other side?
Yeah, you got to start it up with the pigeons.
Soko's in the chat already giving predictions. He says 17-0. Let's go, fellas. Adam says, I actually have no idea who Atlanta's starting running back is. Anybody? We'll do this test on the show. Prime, who is Atlanta's starting running back?
Is it Mike Davis?
Oh, there you go. See?
If I got to be real, I didn't know that prior to like a couple days ago. I was looking at it.
He's like, then I drafted my fantasy and I found that in the 6th round, got Mike Davis. Guys are steal.
Not a steal.
Yo, I got to a point where I was like gonna draft Mike Davis in my fantasy draft. I was like, nah, we're moving right ahead.
Yeah, I'm cool.
Moving right ahead. Another guy who we're moving right to defense here. Dion Jones, a linebacker who's, one of those hybrid types, can run to the football. I feel like he's a guy that could cause some havoc. Any concerns about Dion Jones, you guys?
Listen, man, anybody that's wearing a beanie in hot Atlanta is no one to be messed with. Okay?
He better not be listening. Look, I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm a Dion Jones fan. I like this guy. I would love to see him in the Eagles jersey one day, but this weekend, you know what I mean. You're my enemy and everything, but after this weekend, I'll back to showing you some love. But he's a threat. I'm not going to sleep on him. He's definitely a key to that defense. So he's definitely somebody looking. You look forward to seeing him play, but this weekend is going to be a different game.
Now, another slept on guy. No, well, not slept on, but like we're seeing it in the chat. Jarrett right here. I don't know these guys by their faces, but here we go. This is Jarrett. Is he a
he looks intimidating.
He's not. He's not the Jared from Subway, who's probably more intimidating. But I feel like Jared is another guy who who along their defensive line. We have Dante Fowler in the mix as well. But I feel like overall, I mean, again, I think trench warfare, offensive line versus their defensive line. I'm giving us a dub here. Am I right?
No, I agree with that. I agree with that.
Christian, are you feeling that? You're looking at me funny.
They're all healthy.
No, I just like I just like I get nervous, like especially first week. Like I'm sorry, I've been talking too much stuff into existence the past couple days.
Hey.
And I'm like, I don't want to say anything. I don't want to I don't want to say anything that I'm gonna be like, shit. Did I just say that? And then
but when you say things, they happen. So I'm good with that.
Yeah, I mean, I think our O line is gonna be able to handle that. Obviously, there's gonna be plays. I think especially having a more mobile quarterback it hurts. I think that's really going to help. Keep going. I don't.
He said, "I'm nervous." He said, "Palms are sweaty." That was an Eminem lyric.
Yeah, any other day
we're good though. All right.
Look, any other day, if Doug Peterson and that coaching staff was still here, I'll be one to go ahead and tell you I'm just as nervous. But look, bro, it's a whole different ball game, man. These guys,
I feel that.
These guys got me feeling a whole different way, and I'm really excited to see these guys go to work. It's going to be fun.
That's the one thing I like about the kind of. I was gonna say earlier, I like kind of the refined training camp. Gives some of the guys who are a little older who've been through those injuries and might need a little more time and just could take it a little slower rather than a ton of preseason games or anything like that. I think this is really going to help them. As long as they're stretching every day, doing the reps they need to, not taking it too far. I think that's a good start for us.
Yeah, they done eating that ice cream bullshit. You know what I mean? So we're good, man. No need to cramp.
He loved his ice cream, man.
Yeah.
And now we just play horse. We're good. What is it, pig or horse?
Either.
Talk about
rock paper scissors. That's what I thought he said something about him and Minshew playing horse or something.
Yeah, they played horse, and he actually beat him, and then Minshew took his shirt off because it got serious.
Yeah, Minshew's actually just coming to play a game of horse and then bouncing real quick.
But someone who I'm also excited to see. Shout out to Jimmy Smith in the building. How are you today? I know you're excited over there. I mean, always. It's week one. I'm trying to get some week one vibes from Jimmy Smith. How are you feeling, my guy? I mean, we are we're getting close to the end of the show, but we want you to amp it up a little bit. Are you feeling good about the Birds today?
Feeling damn good. You guys got me even more pumped up. I told you when you gave me a call, gave me very short notice, but it was
how we do,
it was
Ryan?
a pleasure. Hey, I'm usually on top of it, but was having a nice little dinner here. But I'll be real with you, dude. I got to listen to you guys getting excited, talking about the youth on this team, talking about what we do have, what we're building. I heard some of the past names mentioned. We're beyond that. We're ready to move forward. We're building toward the future. I'm excited as hell. We talk about the Falcons. What's going on, everybody? Dude, I'll be real with you. I'm ready to punch through a wall just like I am every day. But I'll be real with you. It's because I believe in this team. I believe that Jalen Hurts is going to be that quarterback that we've been talking about all offseason. I am ready to see him come out and prove that doubters wrong. Tommy, I love the tattoo. Wanted to throw that out there. It is a pleasure to get to meet you through here. But just seeing you guys, dude, I was getting amped. I was with my family, dude, and I'm pumped, dude.
Actually, Christian has the tattoo, right?
Christian has a tattoo. I
Christian.
was the one who texted him about it. Yeah.
My bad. Well, regardless, Tommy, I just started following you online. I thought that it was yours, but it's a hilarious story. I love it, sticking to the guns. And yeah, let's maybe throw out a little Super Bowl bet,
Another one if the Colts help us get that pick.
Yeah, dude, I heard something going on there. I was losing some service, but I did get to hear that one. What I really did not like was I missed out on the part where I heard about Ridley or Pitts being the problem. That is a great one because I went behind enemy lines and was talking about the Atlanta Falcons yesterday, breaking it down what they have on the roster still. I know they lost Julio, but man, Calvin Ridley proved what he could do last year without Julio. What did he have? Like 1,347 yards. Like, damn, dude, 9 touchdowns, one out there, whooped some ass. I think he's going to obviously give us a problem. You need some safety help there. Probably a lot of zone blitzes coming their way. Matt Ryan, he's able to get that ball out quickly, though, so you're going to have to watch out across the middle. Kyle Pitts is going to be quite a problem. Our linebackers, we know with Jim Schwartz what he did with them. We're going to have to find out how Jonathan Gannon uses these linebackers, man. I'm a little scared, I'll be real with you, but get some safety help there. Maybe Kayvon Wallace could come in. I'm not sure if he's healthy enough, but you need to watch those two. So I was sorry I missed that, but man, I was loving what you guys were throwing out there.
Yeah, man, we got a new cornerback today. Yeah. We just pick up random guys putting on the 53. You don't even skip imagine being a guy on the practice squad, been here all summer, off season. You're like, I didn't make Jordan Howard's like, word. But again, I always thought about our cornerback depth, and it's been kind of a 2-pack of ass-esque. You know what I mean? Like the back end of the group is definitely. I'm not trying to disrespect. I feel like we needed some extra oomph in the back end of the depth. So here we are. Some people like the move. I feel like we still need to get better at the back end of the depth. Maybe a safety as well. Maybe we'll see. But overall, I mean, we'll be closing out this show shortly. I just want to, go around the room and any other topics that we want to talk about. Extra questions out there. I see Jock Talk has a question there. Who will get the first sack of the game? We'll go with Christian and Tommy on this one.
Watcher, baby. Let's go.
Oh,
on that yellow suit and snap open. I gotta go with my boy Josh Sweat. I've heard nothing but good things about him in camp all year. Man, I love me some Josh Sweat. I'm gonna go with him.
Prime, who's gonna get the first sack of the night?
I was gonna surprise you with that answer, man. I was gonna tell you I'm going with Josh Sweat. I think Josh Sweat's gonna go ahead and pull out the first sack of the season.
Jimmy.
I like it. That's where my head was at, but I'll be real with you. Let's go, Brandon Graham, bringing that energy, dude. Bet. Let's go.
Old man strength.
Old man grip. He won't shut up.
There it is.
Evan.
I'm gonna catch you off guard with this one too, because I'm a Josh Sweat guy through and through. But first of the year is going to be DB. It's going to be Derek Barnett.
Derek Barnett.
It's gonna happen, bro. Count on it. I looked at my crystal ball.
We got Drew says BG. Callie says 55, which is Brandon Graham.
Hey, Ev. Let's do it. My guy is Josh Sweat. Your guy's Derek Barnett.
Well, again, don't try and flip the script.
No. First one that gets the sack. First one that gets the sack. You get the first. You get one of the first games to go to this season.
Oh, I forgot we didn't do that competition yet.
If people don't
still have a competition, there's one right there.
People don't know we have some season tickets. And Evan
is that my first pick?
And Evan said Derek Barnett was going to get the first sack.
No. I'm understanding. I'm saying if Derek Barnett gets the first sack, you're saying that I get to go to the first available game, or I get the first pick at one of the games.
I'll let you get the first pick. Let's make it interesting.
I like it.
All right.
So we have season ticket. We have a season tickets up for grabs, so they get to each pick 3 of their own, and we haven't chosen which game they get to go to.
Package.
So we've been trying to do. We've been trying to come up with some kind of competition to make it fair. What did you say?
I said me and Prime got the light package.
Yeah, we got the light package. Gail got the
premium.
Yeah. I had to connect, man. I had to. I still thought about y'all.
Yeah,
hey, just don't tell people what you had to do to get them, Gil.
Listen, man, I still have nightmares about it.
I'm kidding.
hey, I mean, Pooga said he needed a ticket.
We got that Manscaped offer for nothing?
Got it. I was wondering if I missed the Manscaped reading. I was really looking forward to it.
I'm sure you were.
All right. Ryan from Facebook has a question. He says, which running back will score the first touchdown? We'll go with Tommy and Christian first.
Gotta be Boobie Miles. It's gotta be. I mean, who else? I love Gainwell. I'm not sure if I'm on the Ross Tucker type of love of Kenny Gainwell with the Brian Westbrook comp, but it's gotta be Miles Sanders. I think Jordan Howard's not suiting up on Sunday for a reason. I think Sanders is going to be more of a workhorse than we all think. It's the obvious pick, but I love Boobie Miles there.
It's Daddy Soda time. Ross Tucker,
switch it up. A sweet run, Jaeger.
Okay.
Good old Rager.
Wow. Rager. Okay, I like
where you had that.
Yeah.
Jimmy, for which running back will score the first touchdown?
Well, I will say, I'm not sure if you guys talked about this earlier. I'll try to throw this in here quick, but Jordan Howard, he'll suit up this Sunday. I believe he'll be one of the 2 practice squad guys that we bring up. We can do that every week. I think you do that financially wise. You know, if you look at it, if he's on the active roster week 1, 100% of his contract is guaranteed. If he's only a practice squad player who gets activated, he's on the active roster week 2, then only 25% of his contract is guaranteed. So kind of playing with money a little bit here. Jordan Howard will still be part of this roster. I think he could definitely get some goal line carries. But for me, I'm looking at Kenny Gainwell because you already said Boobie. I think Boobie's going to kill it this year. Don't get me misconstrued with my love for Kenny. But Kenny is going to be returning the ball. He's going to be out of the backfield. He's going to be in motion. He's going to be used all over the place. He's got better odds of getting the ball in his hands in different places. But yeah, I'll go with Kenny if these guys are going to run with the old Boobie and Rager. I like those picks though.
Prime. You can't nominate a linebacker.
Nah, listen. I think this is the year that Miles Sanders is going to open it up, and it starts on Sunday. Man, I think he's going to go ahead and be the first one on the running back crew to go ahead and score that first touchdown. The dude's hungry, and he's not that he has anything to prove to us. He wants to prove to himself. He wants to show this, the NFL that he's that running back, and it starts on Sunday, man. So he's going to be the first one.
I'm gonna use my psyche here. I think Evan's gonna say Boobie Miles.
Incorrect. I work in the medical field, so I call them breast Sanders.
Yeah. Breast Sanders. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Miles. Boobie Sanders. I was watching that clip of that Boobie from Friday Night Lights.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When he starts crying, he's like, "I can't play football no more." You guys remember that scene?
Yeah.
It caught me off. I was like, "Yo, am I catching feels off this? Like I'm getting emotional from this scene."
Right in the field, the whole movie.
I was like, Sanders. Man. Anyway, as we get closer to wrapping it up, I just want to I appreciate everybody in the chat tonight. I know, me and Prime are super excited about this week. We're heading down to Atlanta. Hey, work is more exciting to Evan. But we're jumping in the car and we're just going. Like we say, we don't plan things. We don't really kind of plan things. We're going to Atlanta. Very geeked about this trip. But we'll start with Tommy and Christian. What last words before we get out of here? What is it?
Go ahead. Man, I couldn't be more excited for this season. There's a whole lot of question marks going into the year. I mean, we got Mailata at left tackle. What a cool story he was. But I mean, we touched on it earlier today. I think games are won and lost in the trenches. I think our offensive line is better. I think our defensive line is better, and I think we're really going to shock a lot of people this year. Let me get the Eagles week 1.
Okay.
Yeah, I completely agree. I have a little short, go Birds, baby. There's only one bird that's going to fly in the sky Sunday, and that's the Eagles.
That's right. That's right.
The battle
like
of
it.
the birds. The battle of the birds. Battle of the birds. Jimmy, how are you? I mean, last words before we get out of here.
Well, I think we all know if we go into the season just tempering our expectations, we won't set ourselves up for defeat. I just think there's going to be bumpy roads, but let's get excited. This team has got lots of talent on the offense. Jonathan Gannon is not Jim Schwartz. There's going to be a lot of multiple schemes, multiple fronts, a lot of action, blitzes, turnovers. I cannot wait to see this team, and even the special teams I'm excited about. So I think that, if we go into this season and expect that, hey, maybe we win this NFC East, maybe not Super Bowl yet, you will be able to have some fun. You'll be able to jump up and down, get the double high fives going, because it's been misery the past few years, and I'm over it. I'm going to be real with you. I'm ready to be happy on Sundays again. So I have the Eagles going into Atlanta. You guys be safe, represent us well, as I know you will. But we're pulling out this W and showing them who the real birds are. So let's go beat some ass. And as always, go Birds!
Prime. Last words before we get out of here.
Listen, representation, you ain't got to worry about that, Jimmy. That's already in the bag. I mean, from the time we get into that vehicle and head up to 95 South, we're going to go ahead and really wild out, man. I'm looking forward to it. Gail, Friday can't get here fast enough, man. I said that earlier. I want to give a shout out to everybody that tuned in. Definitely want to give a shout out to all the kids that are starting school, man. Good luck to y'all. My little one's starting school, so I'm looking forward to that. I think I'm more nervous than she is, but let's see how it goes. Squad wise, I'm ready to see my team go to work, man. I'm ready to see the Eagles play. Been waiting patiently. The day is here. It's the excitement is really kicking in, and we're going to be in Atlanta, and the outcome is going to be totally different than it was a couple years ago. We're going to go back. We're going to redeem ourselves, and they're not going to be able to handle me, man. I'm telling you, they're going to want me out of Atlanta fast, and I'm ready. I'm ready to go ahead and give them a reason. Definitely want to go ahead and finish off by saying I see that my mom tuned in earlier. My brother tried to do the little gimme and make a comment through her Facebook. Mom, excuse my language. Fuck the Cowboys. All right, they're gonna lose on Thursday. All right, I love you. It's about the Eagles this week, not those bitch ass cowgirls.
Every week.
Fuck the Cowboys.
This guy, Evan.
In the same vein as what Prime just said about with school starting up, I also want to throw a little shout out to all the teachers and educators out there. My sister and mom both being one. Want to wish them all a happy school year, as well as the students. But yeah, dude, if I'm being real, I'm super jealous. You guys are going down to Atlanta, and I can't be there. But if you think for a second that I would miss the 9th annual Society of Hematologic Oncology Conference in Houston, you're out of your mind. Yeah, so I'm gonna try and not blow my brains out doing that, and I'm gonna wish you guys the best. Safe travels, Gail. I hope the new vehicle treats you well. Go Birds, baby. I'm saying, and it's not even gonna be close. By the way, I've been saying how I don't understand how we're getting slighted in this game. 28-10 Birds. Fine.
Damn. All right. Okay. Love it. Hey man. I still have 2 seats in my Jeep left for any crazy one who wants to make that trip. 11 hours.
No, that's for you to bring someone home.
11 hours. Hey, you think we're gonna drive 22 hours to watch anything but a W? I feel great, man. I don't say things to say things. I feel like this team has great energy. Nobody knows what this scheme is going to be. No one knows what this offense is going to be like. All we know is they've been putting out good energy, putting out some good tape. The trench warfare, I'm excited about it. When we won a Super Bowl, that whole run, what was I excited about? Defensive line, I think we got a strong defensive line unit. Just a lot of underrated guys. We won the whole episode, didn't even talk about Ryan Kerrigan. Josh Sweat. These guys are going to eat, and I feel like we're going to see a different defense, and we're going to get used to it. But overall, I think this offense is ready to explode. We've been waiting for this offensive dynamic group, right? These guys here, 1, 2, 3.
Let's roll.
Nest Row Records is about to be shown this weekend. I'm saying it 27-17. Look for content. We're gonna try and do some content while we're down there. Interview some people on the street. And first and foremost, I want to thank Tommy and Christian for sharing your story. Again, this is what 4th and Jawn is about: bringing people together, telling good stories, showcasing diehard Eagle fans. Look at that, man.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for
Great.
having us.
Yeah, appreciate it.
We had a blast. Thank you, and safe travels down there. Go Birds.
Start thinking about that tattoo idea.
We'll be in contact,
Already
right?
on it. Already
We'll be
on
in
it.
contact.
Don't worry about it.
Keep me updated.
Hey, but we could do the My Little Pony or maybe the Fletcher Cox, or
Don't do that. At least give them Eagles.
We got
I'm
time.
thinking of one with the boobies, man. I'm just trying to think of a good concept to represent the Miles part. I got one in mind, man. I got one in mind. Stay tuned.
All right, keep me updated.
All right. 27-17 was my last parting ways, speaking into existence. I'm excited. Get ready to watch some of this content we'll be putting out there. Gonna try and interview some people on the street. So you never know for who we're gonna interview, but we're gonna try and get some content going this week. But as always, it's fly, Eagles fly, and we will all see you in the next one.
All right, appreciate it.